I have seen the list of the participants. Maybe some of them I know them personally, or by LinkedIn they will know me who I am. Let me introduce myself. Okay, so we are here for training of Primavera, and we will take a project of Metro project when we are going to uh, do our Primavera work. And it is a good initiative by the team. They have provided course on the lower side in the market. That's why I joined. Means it is like a sharing of knowledge with the person coming to the industry or currently working in the industry. The most of the people who are working in industry, they know the importance of Primavera. Hello, is audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So if the person who are currently working in like industry, they know the importance of Primavera. I see one person from the RBNL. RBNL having one clause in Uttarakhand project, the person having a 5 years of experience in Primavera certificate can be a qualified planning engineer. And if you don't have those certificate or degree, there are plenty of 1 lakhs per month. So this is why the scenario of prime. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, audio is coming or not? Because someone saying that audio not audible.
It's sir audible, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So the people from every industry know the importance. The people from all the industry know the importance of Primavera currently. So when we have sometime what happens, the people know the Primavera, but I'm just giving my introduction. So first, just I'm talking about why we are here. Then I will give my introduction. So why the Primavera is nowadays a very important. It is up to the maybe with a team, operation team will be share with you. So if I give my proper introduction, my name is Akhilesh Shukla.
Sir,
I have
your voice is not clear, sir.
my voice is low.
No, sir, it is okay.
Okay. So if I give my introduction,
It's
my
very
name is
low.
Akhilesh. Yeah. Just put a earphone or some. You can sit on some room where no noise because some people are getting good voice or some people not getting. Shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. Uh, so I will start my introduction. My name is Akhilesh Shukla. I completed my master's in construction engineering management in 2016. From last 6 years, I am working in a metro project, elevated metro project, underground metro project, elevated station. So I am working in the elevated metro project, elevated metro project stations, underground metro project. Currently, I am working in the one of the biggest EPC project of India. It is a high-speed bullet train project, which is of 237-kilometer project. I am a lead scheduler of a 237-kilometer project where I am using.
Sir, I've lost voice.
Sir, no voice.
No
Okay,
voice.
okay. Actually, operations team also meet me. No problem. Okay, so uh, I have a 6 years of experience work in elevated metro project, elevated bridges, underground metro projects. Now I am working in a bullet train project, one of the biggest project of the India. It is 25,000 crore project. I am the lead scheduler of 237-kilometer bullet train project.
Sir, not audible, sir. Your voice is recorded. Your voice is back.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If please put please put mute all na. That's why maybe due to that reason. Now audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So shall I continue my introduction or shall we stop because I already given 3 times.
Okay, sir.
So please continue now.
Yeah. Working in a field, when we are working in the field, we should know the execution work and the sequence of work from which we get the planning exactly same which we are going to execute in site. If you don't know the execution step or you don't know the contract conditions, you don't know from where to start, what are the conditions, how much days required to start next activities, then you know the Primavera, but you cannot execute program from the Primavera. You not get the exact or similar detail. Okay, and why the job opportunity, why the job in opportunity increasing day by day for the person who know the Primavera, having the experience of Metro? Because it is a employer obligation and it is a like mandatory requirement. You need a person who know the Primavera, having a experience of Metro for 5 years or 6 years. Then you become a demanding in the market, because if they do not hire you, they will have to pay a high penalty around 1 lakhs to 2 lakhs. It depend upon project to project. So also the Primavera also required, because if you see a second mobilization advance in Metro project, sometimes it's based on the approval of your work program. If your work program is not approved, you will not get the mobilization advance. It is a one thing. Second is the utilization of advance. So they are the two things which is required. In my last project, it is a mandatory. We should, our program should be approved. If our program is not approved, will not get a second mobilization advance. Okay. So simply, why they hire the person know the Primavera? Because Excel do not show the any linkages or connection from one activity to another activity, but Primavera shows the linkages and relationship between the activity. When you come to the project dispute or anything extension of time, Excel will not going to help. Whatever you submitted, whatever you approved, program of Primavera is the first thing which are going to be up in picture for any extension of time, project dispute, arbitration, anything. And nowadays they are using a Primavera program for the monitoring purpose. The features of Primavera means, if you are working in the field, you have seen so many of bar chart, then you have see the risk management. What is the risk? You have to identify, track, resolve. Then you have a information dashboard. Means information dashboard you can call as a, in a Metro we have a pile cap. We used to track those. We call as a dashboard. Okay, how many pile for per month, how much we achieve. Then basis on those we can get the S-curve report. We can get the physical progress from the Primavera if we update the program. Then we can see the resource analysis and allocation, ki whatever the resources we have allocated in the project or not. Then we have a different calendar or activity. Suppose in Metro you are working in some stretches like underground Metro, you have to consider the monsoon effect. So you can make a different calendar and you can assign to the activity. Like in our project we are working in river, so we cannot done any work during the monsoon period, so we have to put 3 months as a blank. If any activity shift, there is no activity between the 3 months. So calendar and activity we need, we assign in Primavera. If anything shift, it automatically take 3 months as a gap. Then from Primavera we can do a contract management like multiple projects. We can see, we can window analysis, we can do the delay analysis and all. And if we are doing a schedule, means schedule updation, we get the alert that we are on the track or we are not on the track. From the milestone we can understand we are going on right track or not. Now, how we start the project plan? This is the some details I work on. It is one is from Indore Metro project, and one is for the Delhi Metro project, which we call DMRC DC03. It is I think Primavera. I preferly use Primavera because nowadays Primavera is given more important in this industry. So Primavera is my priority. If you see the project scope, if I go there from you from second line 18.4.2, you can understand that the project scope should be your construction activity because they generally brief from whatever your project scope. If something is missing, like it is here, it is like a pier cap, crosshairs, bearing, chair key, and guideway. Somewhere it's written U girder, I girder. So from project scope, you can identify which activity you are going to take in your program. Some because project scope you should be known like what is your scope, which is what activity you are going to taken in work program. Like if you have to do, if you see 18.45, the contractor shall carry out geotechnical borehole soil investigation, geotechnical borehole soil investigation at every pier location to verify the pile design. It is one of the condition which is for indoor metro, but in my current project we have a condition to do a borehole at 100 meter. So you need to do that particular in contract document. What is your scope? It's saying 100-meter per pier location, because if you don't know those things, then it's become a difficulty for you when you prepare the program. If you do not know, if you do not know the exact scope of work, then one in Indore Metro, we have a railway span. Normally, railway span we call as a obligatory span because we cannot change the diameter, whatever the span length, we cannot change, and we need to put those as a obligatory span. Like if it is a steel truss or whatever, if it is a national highway, so we have to get a authority approval from that particular thing, and we should we will take question in once we complete whole presentation. Okay. So based on those obligatory spans requirement, we will take, because it is a time taking job, because for for this obligatory span, the approval process is different as compared to your design process. So you also need to take care of those things in your work program. Then there is a special span in 1 minute. Okay, so we have a requirement of a special span. Special span is something which can be modified, if the local body is allowed to change or they are having some other option. But you need to consider those because it's a time taking job, because 53-meter span is more than the average span. Normally in metro we take 37-meter span in metro project. Okay, in bullet project the span length is something different. When we are going in further, we will know the detail what is the different. Like in if you taking the you get a maximum size of span length is 27-meter, but segmental it should be a more. Now how we calculate the tentative scope? Like suppose you are
Kozana.
doing
Sir, how to do it, sir?
what, we will take question once we complete. Now let me complete first, I will explain you everything. Okay, so how we take the tentative quantity for project? If you from station to station you know the length, particular on zero date you do not know the span configuration, you do not have a sufficient detail. So we take a average length. Suppose in metro project, if you see Indore metro project, we have a average length of 34 meter. So my stretch is coming 1.1 kilometer, so I will divide 34 meter into 1.1 kilometer. Whatever the piers number are coming, I will take as a tentative quantity, and everywhere I write as a tentative. As a planning person or as a programmer, you always use a word tentative quantity, because if you are not using those things that is become a trouble because they always take those figure from your program. So always we take as a tentative quantity. Now if you see, I put some remark. Why I put some remark? Because when I am doing any planning, I should know there should not be any utility or any hindrance in my project, because I started anything and on the receiving end I have some utility which is my obligation to shift it. So I will not start my stretch from that particular location. I try to take those work which having less utility. Okay, so it is a tentative scope which I calculated when we start our training work. So we will take how we calculate and what is process. Now, also a charted utility and uncharted utility is a one of the major factor we take during our work program. Like, hello, audible or not?
Yes,
You are
sir.
Audible,
audible.
Yes,
audible,
audible.
sir. Audible,
Audible.
audible.
Yes.
If you see, we always take a charted and uncharted utility in account, because when we are doing metro project, okay, we do metro project in city, and utilities are like our daily uses, like no no sound, but I am audible or not? Because some people saying no sound.
Audible, sir.
Sir,
Audible.
audible, sir.
You
Audible,
are
sir.
audible,
Audible,
sir.
sir. You are
Those who are
audible.
having problem, please rejoin because there might be a technical issue with your. So
Also,
please
you are
rejoin.
audible.
Okay. So when we are doing metro project, what we call utility is our daily uses thing. Like if you are doing in Mumbai metro project, there is a gas line, there should be a BSNL cable, there should be a fi- Rajesh, please join once again now, because you have not put that direct connection or voice connection. So if you are doing any project, there should be a utility going through your project. It is like electrical line, overhead electric line, because we all knows there should be a overhead electric line in our project. Or even we are doing highway project, there should be a high tension line, more than 66 kV, 132 kV. So we normally it is a sometimes it's come as an employer obligation. In my last project, they have given the any if any electrical line which is less than 66 kV is our scope. Akash, you can join again. I think voice is clear to all. Maybe the connection issue should be there. If we have a condition like 66 kV is below 66 kV is my scope, and more than 66 kV is a client scope. I think recording will available. I think so. If you see 11 kV, or I think I know Akash. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can contact me directly. So if you have a 11 kV line or 33 kV line, so we just find to identify we can start that particular stretch or not. So I have written the obligations here. Who is responsible for what? Like it is a contractor obligation, and I am taking this from the tender drawing. Okay, do not think I have taken from like random. I have put for the presentation. I have a tender drawing. From tender drawing, I will see those things and I will put for my program, because it is a one thing which going to hamper your project in a great scale. Okay, so if you see, I have written the affected length, what is the affected length, and it is, I put two category, one is major and minor, because sometimes minor utilities are there but it's not hindrance in your foundation work, but sometimes it's hindrance in your foundation work. Okay, then I have put it is crossing or along, because if crossing it should be hindrance in your erection work, not at piling work. Then I will put remark middle of the alignment. Now workability, now I have to see it is workable for me or not. If I am doing anything, I should know it's workable or not for me, because if I plan something but it is not workable, client will say you have taken a non-workable stretch upfront, we are not going to give you any extension of time, you need to change your program. So I have written that board end is affected by electrical line and one railway span. So I will not touch this stretch as first. Then if you see, I have taken second stretch. There is so many utilities. I have put minor, minor, major. Then it is, I said, depend upon pile location and have shifting before the launching order. That means I can start my piling work. Same way I have written the work can be start from the Chandragup Square to Hiranagar. Why that have to complete in 86 weeks? So I have to take also a milestone when I need to complete it. Suppose sometime you have a free land, but its requirement to complete is more far. Means it is at the end of the project. So you need to take also the when we need to hand back to the client again. Okay. Now we need to check contract condition because one thing in the project is land because land is an employer obligation. If you see first point, condition of contract right of access to the site within the time limit. Okay, you see the construction right of access for 2 kilometer will be handover within the 30 days from the commitment date. That means I will receive 2 kilometer within 30 days. So I will plan my construction work after 30 days from the my notice to proceed. And they have given right of access of casting yard. In some project, they have directly write the casting yard should be a contractor scope, not a client scope because sometimes finding a land in the metro project is too difficult or they cannot afford it or they cannot have a exact area which required or the place they are going to contract is not feasible or not workable because sometimes it is far from the your side. So it is like it is here written within the 20 kilometer because you see 20 kilometer range is too much when you are traveling segmental. Then now what why I'm talking why the your program become important. If you see this point, the scheduled right of access for remaining stage will given in the line with the requirement of approved program. If you don't have any approved program, they can deny the access of remaining land. In your approved program you have given land at that particular time, so we will give on that particular time. So also the approval of approved program play an important role in your right of access. The way you planning, now I will show the way I planned my land in Bhopal metro project. Now it is also come as if you are doing any design program because some of the person who are working in the consultancy, they should having a design program or they are mainly. Pankaj, can you stop? Pankaj, can you stop doing such things on presentation? If you know more than me, you can take over from me and you can start. Please do not disturb others. Okay, just putting some random lines and all. So review by if suppose I am working AECOM, Sistra, Aegis, there come as a review period because as a consultant you should know what time what is the review period you have in your bag. So if you see review period means the period not exceed 28 days. Means consultant have a 28-day right to review your whatever your submission. Means if you are submitting some drawing, you should take a margin of 28 days in your work program for approval. Then only you can start your construction activity. Sometime what happen, your project manager, project director, whatever senior person come, okay, take a drawing and take approval of 7 day, then we will start the project. But it is a wrong because you cannot go beyond the contract. Contract is one thing which need to be followed in a work program. What are you are going to do on site is something different. Sometime you get approval in 7 days, sometime you get approval in 14 days, sometime you will not get approval in 2 months. Then your this 28 days will come as a picture because 28 days has been fixed by the your contract obligation and everyone is obliged to fulfill those requirements. Now I am talking about the calendar. Now if you see here, I have to adopt two type of calendars. So because as a government or like person who are working in the PSU, they have a 5 day working. So if you see for project, contractors will adopt 7 day week calendar, identify calendar for the purpose of programming and execution work. Means for contractor, they were saying you can use 7 days work week calendar. But for official document say all the design document, any report, submission. shall be transacted during the 5-day week. That means you have only a 5-day means 5-day approval process. So you need to assign a 5-day calendar in your design program or whatever the approval activity. Okay. Now, if you see, they also put some constraint like you are doing something in the program, you don't know the activity duration. What happened? You have random operation teams. Can you take care of those things which are doing by the person on these slides?
उनके लिए तो दवाई जो से टूट जाता
I think someone is speaking in between.
Yeah, actually. So you are everyone in comfortable in Hindi because some person want to in Hindi.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes,
the
sir, in both
yeah,
Hindi
yeah.
and English.
Okay. So when we do any project planning, so there is a duration constraint. ओके ड्यूरेशन कंस्ट्रेंट इज समथिंग कि आपको 2 हफ्ते मतलब 14 दिन से ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए या कहीं कहीं होता 60 दिन। तो आपको अगर वही चीज नहीं पता है, आपने प्रोग्राम में 2 वीक की जगह 60 दिन ले लिया, तो आपका पहले ही सबमिशन में प्रोग्राम रिजेक्ट हो जाएगा बिना किसी रिव्यू के। Means if you have taken 14 days, nobody going to, means you have taken 15 days, they directly put it is not as per the contract clause. So you need to take care those things. Means I have worked in 3 different contract. One is अहमदाबाद मेट्रो, मैंने 3 अलग अलग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में काम किया। एक अहमदाबाद मेट्रो है, एक एमपीआरसीएल मध्य प्रदेश मेट्रो का, एक एनएचआरसीएल का है। एक एक प्रोजेक्ट में 28 दिन का ड्यूरेशन था, एक में 12 दिन का 2 वीक का ड्यूरेशन है, एक में 60 दिन का है। तो अगर मेरे को यही चीज नहीं पता है कि मेरे क्या कंडीशंस है, क्या कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कंडीशन बोलती है, तो मैं हमेशा उस चीज में मतलब इफ यू डोंट नो द एग्जैक्ट ड्यूरेशन मींस लिमिट ऑफ योर ड्यूरेशन, then you cannot play with your program. So these are the first thing when I prepare program, I will check those what in the contract condition की contract में क्या क्या लिखा है कि मैं किसको कैसा यूज कर सकता हूँ। क्योंकि everyone blindly trust your program when it's come to the any part of रिव्यूइंग मीन्स नॉट ऑन साइट बट ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट। आपका ही प्रोग्राम सबसे पहले होता है कि आपने प्रोग्राम में बोला था आप 10 करोगे लेकिन आपने नो किया, तो आपका प्रोग्राम स्पीक्स फॉर योरसेल्फ इन क्लाइंट मीटिंग और एवरीथिंग। ओके नाउ so many people are, I will again share because so most of people are working in the construction industry, they know the criteria like somewhere if you see you cannot start any work, you cannot do any construction work till your working file test file completed. So हर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में अलग अलग कंडीशन होती है, कहीं बोलता है कि आपको 1 किलोमीटर में करना है और आपको हर साइज की फाइल पे करना है, क्योंकि एक लोड टेस्ट आपको पास करना है तभी आप आगे काम कर पाओगे। तो उसके लिए आपको क्या क्या करना है, क्योंकि आप ऐसा नहीं कि डायरेक्ट फाइलिंग चालू कर सकते हो। हिंदी में ही हूँ भाई। तो आपको कोई भी टेस्ट चालू करना मतलब कंस्ट्रक्शन मतलब कोई भी परमानेंट काम करने से पहले टेस्ट करना पड़ेगा। तो आपको उस चीज की कंडीशन, क्योंकि जब आप 1 किलोमीटर वायडक्ट के लिए टेस्ट कर रहे हो तो आपको 1 किलोमीटर की जियो टेक्निकल मतलब मिट्टी की जो रिपोर्ट रहती है ना, जो अपन बोर होल्स बोलते हैं, जो भी सॉइल इन्वेस्टिगेशन होता है उसकी रिपोर्ट आपके पास होनी चाहिए, तभी आप डिजाइन कर सकते हो। हम लोग करते हैं कि 1 किलोमीटर पे वर्स्ट कंडीशन कौन सी है उस पर हम टेस्ट फाइल डिजाइन करेंगे। तो हम क्या करेंगे, पहले 1 किलोमीटर का जियो टेक्निकल इन्वेस्टिगेशन कंप्लीट करेंगे, फिर उसके बाद हम उसकी रिपोर्ट सबमिट करेंगे, फिर टेस्ट फाइल सबमिट करेंगे, देन वी कैन स्टार्ट आवर वर्किंग फाइल। If you see, initial load test shall be taken well in advance of working file. No working file would be allowed to undertake still the certification the initial load test has been completed. So if you want to do a like test file, you need for 1 kilometer you need to complete a 1 kilometer of geotechnical work, then you need to submit a report. Then at one on the worst condition of 1 kilometer, you will design your test pile. Then you will do the test pile. So those things you need to take care in your program. You have take a sufficient test pile or not. Like I have a 6 kilometer stretch, so I should have a minimum 6 test pile in my program. So अगर मेरे 6 किलोमीटर का स्ट्रेच है तो 6 टेस्ट पाइल एक्टिविटीज मेरे प्रोग्राम में होनी चाहिए, कि ऐसा नहीं कि तुमने सिर्फ एक डाल दी और तुमको उस कैलकुलेशन के बेसिस पे ही आगे तुम कुछ भी कर सकते हो। नाउ हियर आल्सो इफ यू सी कि आपको क्या क्या करना है, कि आपको पहले साइट क्लियरेंस करना है, एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ साइट बाउंड्रीज करना है, एम्प्लॉयर ऑफिस बनाना है, मतलब ये सब चीजें भी आपके प्रोग्राम में होनी चाहिए। एम्प्लॉयर ऑफिस, इंजीनियर ऑफिस। सो कि आप लोगों को क्या क्या काम करने हैं ये सब आपको अब पता होना चाहिए। सी फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट, द सी पॉइंट, द चार्टेड यूटिलिटी डाइवर्जन एक्सपेक्ट द इलेक्ट्रिकल ट्रांसमिशन लाइन ओवरहेड एंड अंडरग्राउंड अबाउट 33 kV एंड ट्री कटिंग रिलोकेशन एंड प्लांटिंग। मीन्स इसका ये मतलब है कि जो 33 kV के ऊपर है और जो ट्री कटिंग और वो सब वो मेरा स्कोप नहीं है। तो ये किसका स्कोप हो गया? ये एम्प्लॉयर का स्कोप हो गया है। तो ये चीज हम सबसे पहले लेंगे कि हमको ये तो भाई सबसे पहले करके दो, तभी हम काम कर पाएंगे। Then whatever the other things you need to do in your program. Now, so many people are working in the industry, they know a pile cap procedure, like, but what actually contract say? Because if I am reviewing the program, अगर मैं program देख रहा हूँ तो मैं पहले ये सब चीजें ही देखूंगा कि अगर आप किसी भी पाइल पाइल को अगर चिप कर रहे हो तो मैनुअल चिपिंग 3 दिन के बाद ही परमिट है, आखिरी पाइल कंप्लीट करने के बाद। व्हाट दैट्स मीन कि once you complete the pile group you can start manual chipping after 3 days, but if you are doing by any machine way or any primitive tool, means we can call it a tractor के साथ जो collaborator होता है, तो not use before 7 days after pile casting. So those things you need to take in your program
हेलो
कि how hello
हेलो 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 सर।
हाँ
हाँ सर, हिंदी में बताइए।
हिंदी में भी तो दोनों ही बता रहा हूँ।
हेलो
Yeah. So then one more thing is come to
हेलो
one more thing come to the picture। मतलब जब आप प्रोग्राम बनाते हो तो आपको ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि प्रोजेक्ट में कितने रिसोर्स मतलब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में दिए हुए हैं, कि आपको कितने रिसोर्स यूज करने हैं। नहीं तो if you don't know the minimum resource criteria, then it's also become because every set having a some capacity, like if you have a one rig तो daily you can do one pile, मतलब आपके पास एक पाइल है तो दिन में एक ही पाइल कर सकते हो। तो आपने प्रोग्राम बना दिया एक दिन में 10 पाइल कर रहा हूँ। तो आपको प्रोजेक्ट में ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि मशीनरी कितनी यूज हो रही है। या आई विल एक्सप्लेन इन इंग्लिश ऑल्सो। सो so if you see अगर आप if you are doing a piling work, if you are planning any planning, suppose you have given 10 pile per day, but in a project you are showing only 4 rig, how going to is possible? Like it is showing 2.5 per day. So it's normally ki how much piles it is in there in program, or what is your contract condition say, because as a contractor will never show the more resource as per the contract condition। मतलब एज अ कॉन्ट्रैक्टर मैं हूं ना, तो मैं कभी जो मेरे को मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट है उससे ज्यादा मैं रिसोर्सेज नहीं दिखाऊंगा। तो दोस थिंग यू नीड टू बी टेक केयर कि कितने मेरे को शटर चाहिए, वाइडक में जो मैं यूगडक कास्ट कर रहा हूँ उसके लिए कितने नंबर ऑफ सेट चाहिए। उससे मतलब मेरे को 4 सेट हैं, तो चार सेट से मेरी प्रोडक्टिविटी अगर मैं हफ्ते में एक कर रहा हूँ तो महीने में 16 आएगी। तो वो सब चीजें के बेसिस पे आप स्कोप से वो ड्यूरेशन निकाल पाएंगे कि भाई मैं 16 था बट मेरे को 3 महीने में 48 करने तो मैं 4 से कर सकता हूँ, या मेरे को 4 महीने में 48 करना है तो फर्स्ट मंथ में थोड़ा कम करूंगा। तो दोज थिंग इज डिपेंड on your contract requirement. If you don't know the exact uh, resource requirement, then it's also become a blunder in your program, because we need to fulfill the contract obligations while preparing the program. तो हमको क्या कितने रिसोर्स चाहिए वो भी पता होना चाहिए, कितने कास्टिंग बेड चाहिए वो भी पता, क्योंकि I faced a problem during my approval of program. If I put some resource lesser than what required in program, my program get not approved, even it's in a right way, or it is having everything on right track. But अगर आपने रिसोर्स पूरे नहीं दिखाया ना तो प्रोग्राम अप्रूव नहीं होगा, क्योंकि मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट आप वो बोलता है कि ठीक है आप लाओगे नहीं वो अलग बात है, लेकिन प्रोग्राम शुड बी एज पर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कंडीशन, बिकॉज यू हैव साइन फॉर दैट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट डॉक्यूमेंट. देन यू हैव टू शो कि 10 बोले थे तो 10 रिग कहाँ लग रही है. सो normally when we do work breakdown structure, most of people know ki how we break our work, because uh, Ramesh, can you switch off your video first? Operation team can. Whatever the question you can ask once we finish, na. So work breakdown structure is like how we are going to break down our work in our Primavera schedule. Suppose as a engineering program, अगर कोई engineering का program बना रहे हो तो उसमें क्या क्या main work breakdown structure है level 2 पे, like engineering contents of survey, geotechnical works, design and drawing, because all three things are required to proceed for design. Then it is like you have a sections, or you have a stretch, or kilometer, like you have a 6 kilometer or 6 stations. Like if you are working in elevated metro, अगर आप मेट्रो प्रोजेक्ट के स्टेशन में काम करो, आपके 6 स्टेशन है तो 6 स्टेशन का सर्वे अलग होगा, 6 स्टेशन का जियो टेक्निकल अलग होगा, 6 स्टेशन का डिजाइन सबमिशन अलग होगा. तो उस बेसिस पे आप वर्क ब्रेकडाउन स्ट्रक्चर बना सकते हो. when when you are doing, suppose you are doing a station work having a 6 station. So your WBS ad should be a six WBS every station, like station 1, 2, 3, 4. Then station 1 you have a survey, soil investigation, design. Then there should be some more like one station you have a 2 floor, one station you have a three floor. So your every station have a different type of activity, it depends upon your requirement. So we will divide WBS according to that. It's a general WBS. It is for my project ki how I am dividing my WBS. Some activity, कुछ कुछ एक्टिविटी 8वें लेवल तक जा रही है, कुछ कुछ एक्टिविटी 5वें लेवल पे कंप्लीट हो जा रही है. तो ये डिपेंड करता है कि आपकी उस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेच या उस सेगमेंट में कितनी एक्टिविटी है. आपके पास अगर कम एक्टिविटी तो वो लेवल छोटा हो जाएगा, आपके पास अगर ज्यादा है तो वो लेवल बड़े हो जाएंगे. तो उस बेसिस पे. और क्या होता है कि हम जब प्रोग्राम सबमिट करते हैं तो दो कंडीशन होती है, एक होता है इनिशियल वर्क प्रोग्राम, एक होता है डिटेल प्रोग्राम. इनिशियल वर्क प्रोग्राम क्या होता है, 1 किलोमीटर का एक सिंगल लाइन होती है, क्योंकि पहले क्या होता है कोई भी इंसान एकदम से आप इतना ज्यादा दे दोगे वो समझ नहीं पाएगा. तो आप पहले 1 किलोमीटर का दोगे, 1 किलोमीटर का ड्यूरेशन अप्रूव करेगा, देन यू विल डिवाइड 1 किलोमीटर फर्दर, लाइक peer location wise you can divide like that. So basically if you know the conditions, what you required, because I can make a program of 45,000 activity, and I can make that 45,000 activity into a 6,000 activity also. So you should know how much activity you can control and you can monitor, because making a program is one thing and same monitoring is something else. So you should know both things. Okay, now we are talking about the land, कि हम लोग लैंड कंसिडरेशन कैसे करते हैं. तो मैं कभी भी कोई भी लैंड लूंगा तो मैं बोलूंगा कि भाई मेरा ये बेसिस था. Pankaj, if you do one more time now, I will ask operation team to kick out of the meeting because you are disturbing from the start. Okay. Operation team, please take care, because it is already a fourth time I have given the warning to this person. Because I am today is my holiday.
Hello.
Still I am.
Hello guys, please maintain the decorum. Please let the trainer teach. Your doubts will be taken at the end. And if someone is, hampering with the PPT, I'll be forced to kick you out of the meeting. Please maintain decorum, guys. Let them teach.
Please try to understand. Yeah, today is the holiday. Still, we are giving a training or whatever the webinar. We are sacrificing our family time. We are giving you a brief because I have been knowledge about this, and so many person in that meeting, particularly personally, they know me, how good I am at that particular thing, and they can even I say na how much they offer me for that particular training na it is a 5 time of that. So please at least give importance of my time. Today is the holiday is still I'm taking 1.5 hour for you people to train you because I know what I can do, because from this particular presentation I am not going to learn anything. I am giving my learning to you people because currently I'm take care of the one of the biggest EPC project. 237 kilometers is the one of the biggest project from which I make a schedule. So I am not here to learn anything. I am just sharing my knowledge. Okay. So when we are taking any program, तो land कब कब कौन सी land चाहिए, because land is the one thing you can start your program, because land come first, then you can start any other activity. So what are my consideration for program? I will give a one narrative statement, because sometimes some people will not go through your program, बहुत लोग तुम्हारे program को नहीं देखेंगे, but wording is something which should be seen by everyone. So we will give a supporting document with our work program. I will share when we go to our training process. I have a 50-page of narrative statement ki how I prepare a program, because I have to explain those things also in a word format ki how I prepared my program, how I taken those things. कि जब मैं प्रोग्राम बनाता हूँ तो मेरे को एक राइटिंग डॉक्यूमेंट वर्ड फाइल भी देनी पड़ती है या पीडीएफ फाइल देनी पड़ती है कि मैंने क्यों लिया है, इसके पीछे रीजन क्या है. ऐसे में कोई रैंडम रीजन के चक्कर में चीजें नहीं लेते हैं. If you see, I have written in second point, delay in land over may delay the work accordingly. That means कि आपने जमीन ही मेरे को टाइम नहीं दिया तो उसके चक्कर में मेरे आगे के काम सब डिले होंगे. If you are given the land on time, then I will start our work on time. Then I have taken the initial 2 kilometer land over consideration from some location कि मैं 15 तारीख को लूंगा. And why I now at 5 point I'm saying the land handover is divided into a 5 phase. मतलब I have divided the land handover in 5 phases कि मैं 5 phases में इसलिए किया हूँ. All land over consider with respect to the movement of soil rig, because मेरे पास कुछ constraint है कि मेरे पास 4 rig है, 3 rig है, उसी के बेसिस पे मैं जमीन मांगूंगा ना. मैं पहले दिन 6 किलोमीटर की जमीन ले लूंगा तो बोलेगा काम 6 किलोमीटर पे एक साथ चालू करो. I know my capacity, how will I do work and how much resources I have. उसी के बेसिस पे मैं लैंड लूंगा. तो इफ यू सी, आई हैव गिवन द रिमार्क, द मोबिलाइजेशन ऑफ फर्स्ट जियोटेक्निकल इन्वेस्टिगेशन rig on 15 December, एंड सेकेंड एंड थर्ड rig I will mobilize on 30. मीन्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि ठीक है आपने सब, मैं अज्यूम कर रहा हूँ कि आप जमीन टाइम पे दे दोगे, लेकिन बाय चांस नहीं दी तो मैं 3 अपनी मशीन लाके आइडल तो रखूंगा नहीं, क्योंकि वो तो बोल देगा कि मैंने जमीन नहीं दी तो मशीन क्यों लेके आए. तो मैं रीजन दूंगा, राइट ऑफ एक्सेस फॉर 2 kilometer, the mobilization of third and second and third rig after the handover of 2 किलोमीटर. मतलब आप जब मेरे को 2 किलोमीटर दे दूंगा, मेरे को आप पे भरोसा हो जाएगा कि आपने मेरे को 2 किलोमीटर दे दी, तभी मैं दूसरी और तीसरी मोबिलाइज करूंगा. उससे पहले आप ये नहीं बोलो कि आपने रिसोर्स नहीं लेके आए. ये चीज भी हमको कंसिडरेशन में रखना है कि मैंने पहले ही अपने रिजर्व कर लिया कि आप जमीन नहीं दोगे तो मैं मशीन लेके क्यों आऊंगा. इफ यू नॉट प्रोवाइडिंग मी लैंड ऑन टाइम, आई विल नॉट ब्रिंग एनी मशीन्स. एंड I have taken some other land because if you are working in field, you know कि हर 1 किलोमीटर पे और even some stretches the property of soil, मतलब जो अपनी soil की property होती है वो बदलती रहती है. स्ट्रेटा चेंज होता है, कहीं पे डेप्थ ज्यादा मिलती है, कहीं पे डेप्थ कम मिलती है, तो उसी के बेसिस पे हम पाइल डिजाइन करते हैं. तो आई विल जस्टिफाई व्हाई आई रिक्वायर दिस लैंड, कि मेरे को यही लैंड क्यों चाहिए. कि आई गेट द मल्टीपल फ्रंट वेरिएशन, मतलब हम अगर 4 अलग अलग जगह 3 अलग अलग जगह पे करूंगा, मेरे को अलग अलग वेरिएशन का स्ट्रेटा मिलेगा. उसके बेसिस पे मैं अपनी पाइल डिजाइन कर सकता हूँ और मैं अपना पूरा प्रोजेक्ट को डिजाइन कर सकता हूँ कि मेरे को कोई मशीन बढ़ानी कि नहीं बढ़ानी, कि मेरे पास जो मशीन है सफिशिएंट है कि नहीं है. नाउ आई विल शो दिस इज. So base what happen if you are doing geotechnical investigation every certain, if you have taken 1 kilometer stretch, the variation of soil strata or the bearing capacity of soil will different. So in initial I will try to cover maximum part. That's why I'm asking a multiple front variation, means I can get a two strata details, so I can plan my machinery ahead. If I required a capacity, more capacity rig machine, or I can do with same particular rigs, or whatever the productivity. If I encounter the hard rock, then I have to think about I should go a pile foundation or open foundation. That's why we required a soil investigation, इसलिए हम अलग अलग फ्रंट में काम करते हैं. Now this is a simple presentation ki how we are going to mobilize our rigs, how we'll execute. So see, it is my initial. If you see the four dot are my initial 2 kilometer. जो ये चार डॉट दिख रहे हैं जिसपे मैंने मार्क किया हुआ, मेरे 4 किलोमीटर है, मतलब 2 किलोमीटर है. मैंने 15 दिसंबर को जमीन ले लिया. आई गेट द लैंड ऑन 50 दिसंबर. Then I have shown this blue one rig. I will mobilize at that particular location. Then I am asking this land. If you see, I have taken the one land in starting and one land at the end. That means कि मैंने एक जमीन पहले की मांगी, मतलब स्ट्रेच के आगे का हिस्सा और एक पीछे का हिस्सा मांग के रखा है कि भाई प्रोजेक्ट के एंड पे करूंगा तो मेरे को वेरिएशन मिलेगा. आई गेट द variations of soil or anything. Then I will deploy second rig at that particular point, and I will deploy third rig here. So it is, I will show it is my moment. From this moment you can convince your consultant or employer why we required land, कि why, in which phases we ask for the land, कि हमने किस तरीके से जमीन मांगी है, क्यों मांगी है, हम उतने रिसोर्स लगा रहे हैं कि नहीं लगा रहे हैं. ये हमको सारी चीजें एक्सप्लेन करके बतानी पड़ती उन लोगों को. इफ यू सी हियर, I have been asked land in the 5 phases. First at 15 December, then 30 December, then 24 January, then 9 Feb, then 1 March. So I have shown ki why I required this land and from how many rigs I am going to complete this. From this picture, you can clearly visualize that I am going to mobilize only 3 rigs. So I have to get the land according to that things. If I am not getting land on time, so it's going to be hamper my progress. Now when we are doing a segmental, so we have a some certain criteria fixed, like so when we are doing any segmental project, there is a standard line in metro project, like uh, every okay, I understand, I will explain in English also. If you are having a segment like 37-meter segment, we have a standard intermediate segment of 3 meter, and pier segment which going to rest on pier we call as a pier segment is a 2 meter. So if it is a 37-meter segment, so there should be a 13 segment. So for, if you see 37-meter 22-meter, there are difference of 5 days. If I don't know the exact number of span or I don't know the span length, so I will going to make a fumble in my program, in detail program. It is, I am talking about detail program. Once you get some details from the designer team, so for that particular thing you should know, because 5 days in the project going to hamper a lot. If we see a criticality of project, we have to complete in 2 years. So like it is a coding, the way we give in my last project, it's a segment coding. Like if you see up means upside means span, like I am doing 1 and 2, so up means peer means second peer, and down matlab it's for first peer. From when, because we need to do match casting when we erect the span, so we will give those coded while having the program, and we will monitor according to that. If you see S1U and S1D is your पेयर सेगमेंट, मतलब जो आपके S1U है S1D वो पेयर सेगमेंट है. और क्या होता है कि आपको, आप ये सब चीज देखोगे ना, जैसे 37 मीटर है तो आई कंसिडर हाउ मच सेगमेंट. अब 34 मीटर के सेगमेंट में देखोगे तो व्हाट आई एम मिसिंग S7C. तो यू शुड ऑल्सो नो कि आपको कौन सा, क्योंकि आपको नहीं पता रहेगा तो आप जब प्रोग्रेस मॉनिटर कर रहे हो आप मिस कर दोगे कि क्या हुआ है, because when you are doing a progress update you should know, because you only get those id, you will not get the whole span is completed or not. As a person who sent you deeper, he said कि S1 का 37 मीटर का S7C हुआ है. So if you don't know those detail you cannot update your program. Every project having a different coding, so do not follow blindly on that. Every project have a different coding, so according to your project you have to adopt the coding. It is a general in 37-meter span we use that. Somewhere it use one, somewhere they only use span 1 to 13. So it is up to them how you going to use it. Okay, now we how we do the segment casting, like it is a match casting. Why we do a match casting? Because when we erect the segment we need to match those, means if you're matching on ground it can directly match on when you are doing erection about 5.5 meter above the ground. So this is a normal construction cycle कि how much average time is required, कि एक सेगमेंट करने में क्या मतलब कितना टाइम, मतलब एक स्पान कितने दिन में हो जाएगा. तो इट इज फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग यू कैन गेट द ऑक्यूपेंसी ऑफ योर कास्टिंग बेड, मतलब जो आपके कास्टिंग बेड है वो एक स्पान के लिए कितना टाइम लेगा. तो दिस फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि भाई एक एक 37 मीटर कास्ट करने के लिए 13 दिन क्यों आए. ये इट इज अ थिंग विच रिक्वायर्ड फॉर 13 डे. इनिशियली जब आप पहले शुरुआत में करोगे ये 13 दिन 15 दिन भी हो सकते हैं, 20 दिन भी हो सकते हैं, लेकिन इट इज एवरेज. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट एवरीथिंग ऑन एवरेज. डू नॉट टेक इट सीरियसली सर मैंने तो पहला सेगमेंट कास्ट किया तो 30 डेज लग गए थे. इट शुड बी, मतलब आप साइट पे करोगे तो पहला सेगमेंट 30 दिन में भी होगा, वो हम प्रोग्राम में लेंगे, लेकिन हम कभी भी किसी भी प्रोग्राम में करते हैं हम एवरेज टाइमिंग पे बात करते हैं कि what is the average time for that particular thing. Then it is a simple whatever the activity we have taken, when we are going in detail we will take talk about what the time cycle, how we take the resource moment when we do the our training, which is the 30-day training program. So we will do how we do resource movement, how we take 2 pile 3 pile group at a time. So we will do detailed discussion in that. It is a simple detail of structure which we are going to be uh, in a metro project. It's been started from pile cap, crush barrier, pier cap, then seismic arrestor, pedestal and segment erections. So it is a simpler rig movement which we have been shown. It is because I have to shown कि I have been exact number of resources I am utilizing in my project, कि मेरे जो project में resources दिए थे मैं use कर रहा हूँ और कहाँ कहाँ उसको utilize कर रहा हूँ. क्योंकि if you're not giving the movement ना तो it's also become a problem for you कि कहाँ से क्या impact आ रहा है, क्या movement हो रहा है. You have to give launcher movement also, you have to give resource movement. अगर आपको ये सब नहीं पता ना, आप एक स्ट्रेच प्लान कर लोगे देन आप एक स्ट्रेच प्लान कर लोगे, लेकिन आप मल्टीपल स्ट्रेच जब तक प्लान नहीं कर पाओगे जब तक आप उसको मशीनरी वाइज और रिग वाइज नहीं देखोगे आप कैसे कैसे कर रहे हो काम. तो नॉर्मली एक मेरा रिग मूवमेंट था, बेसिस ऑन दिस रिग मूवमेंट आई प्लान माय प्रोग्राम, होल प्रोग्राम, क्योंकि मेरे को पता है कि ये रिग कंप्लीट होगी तो मेरे को कहाँ डिप्लॉय करनी है, तो मैं उसके बाद उससे लिंक कर सकता हूँ. And it is a project construction sequence for a it is a normal project sequence for a elevated metro project, because we have a one casting yard setup, मतलब हमारे casting yard setup होता है वो हम factory setup बोलते हैं. Then we have been physical activity at site. So it is a normal activity consideration in work program. Some project having a not having a erection of segment, they have a U girder or I girder. So it's depend project to project requirement. Some having a like a double means I girder. In Kanpur metro they use a T girder. So everywhere you have a different activity, but sequence should be remain same. So this is a normal sequence. In this way we prepared our work program. Then type of program. Normally we have when any metro project, generally you have seen so many contract like design build project. So it is a design build project which include design also and your execution. In Item rate contract, you do not do any design part, so it is from item rate contract you need to do only execution, only construction part. Then it's come to EPC, engineering, procurement, and construction. Like some project require procurement part, like you have to install something, like in depot you have to install some machinery. In like a system contractor you have to place some units, so it's come as a procurement also. Then you have a separate design program. It is mainly for the consultancy, like if we everybody know the name DDC, like detailed design consultant, तो उनके लिए डिजाइन प्रोग्राम रहता है. Then there is a procurement program. Then it is a interface program. Interface program means if दो अलग अलग लोग काम कर रहे हैं तो उनके बीच का जो इंटरफेस होता है उसका भी एक प्रोग्राम बनता है. ऐसा नहीं कि आप उसके प्रोग्राम के हिसाब से भी आपका प्रोग्राम बनेगा, आपके प्रोग्राम के हिसाब से उसका प्रोग्राम बनेगा. तो क्या आप मेट्रो का काम करो, 6 अलग अलग कंपनी कर रही है, तो कहीं ना कहीं तो कनेक्शन रहेगा ना. तो वो इंटरफेस प्रोग्राम हो गया. देन वी हैव इनिशियल वर्क प्रोग्राम. Initial work program is like lesser activity, high level activity, I call it. Then once the initial work program approved, you go to the detail work program. Then Primavera having a activity ID which is unique. You cannot repeat same activity ID. So from activity ID you can identify. As per my practice, I always try to give my activity ID starting from package name. Means जिस पैकेज में मैं काम कर रहा हूँ, सपोज कोई पैकेज में रोड का प्रोजेक्ट है, उसके 25-26 पैकेज, वो पैकेज नंबर 25 में काम कर रहा है, तो P15 करके मैं चालू करूंगा. देन कौन से सेक्शन में काम कर रहा है उस हिसाब से, क्योंकि आप जब एक्टिविटी किसी भी मिस आउट होगा, कोई कमेंट भी देगा या आपको रिव्यू भी करना होगा, तो आप उस बेसिस पे जाके रिव्यू कर सकते हैं. Then it is the same it is for design activity. Once we receive the notice to proceed for work, 3 activities start for the project. Means जब भी हमको कोई भी डिजाइन का, हम 3 पैरेलल एक्टिविटी चालू करेंगे. सर्वे चालू करेंगे, सॉइल इन्वेस्टिगेशन करेंगे, यूटिलिटी आइडेंटिफिकेशन करेंगे. क्योंकि तीनों का कहीं ना कहीं रोल होता है आपका डिजाइन फाइनलाइजेशन में. क्योंकि कुछ यूटिलिटी ऐसी होती है जो आप शिफ्ट नहीं कर सकते हो, तो आपके डिजाइन में ही उसको या तो उसका स्पान लेंथ बढ़ाते हैं या उसको कुछ एडजस्ट करते हैं, या उस पे पियर लोकेशन, नॉर्मल पियर मतलब कहीं नॉर्मल पियर होता है, कहीं कैंटिलीवर पियर होता है, तो उसके बेसिस पे वो सब चीजें चेंज करते रहते हैं. देन आपको सॉइल इन्वेस्टिगेशन का तो पूरा स्टोरी में बता ही चुका हूँ कि व्हाई वी रिक्वायर सॉइल इन्वेस्टिगेशन. देन इट इज अ टिपिकल लेआउट कि ये प्राइमेरा का सिंपल सा लेआउट है कि क्या क्या रहता है कि activity ID, activity names and all. Then we have a resource loaded, cost loaded program. And what is the advantage? Like all this report have been generated from the Primavera data. And it is like, if you see, we have a KPI is a key performance index, like per month control projection I will get from the Primavera. Then I will get the how much numbers of peer I am going to do in 1 month. Then the progress performance, because आपसे आके कोई पूछेगा कि भाई आपके प्रोजेक्ट में कितनी प्रोग्रेस हुई है, तो आपके पास एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री प्रूफ रहेगा. अगर आप प्रोग्राम अपडेट कर रहे हो तो आपको परसेंटेज मिलते जाएंगे. नाउ P6 going to help to mitigate the risk. It is very easy to use, get visibility, easy to create a forecast and work breakdown. मतलब आप बड़ा से बड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रोजेक्ट भी अपने तरीके से, कि जितने लेवल पे आपको मॉनिटर करना है ना, उस लेवल पे आप उसको ब्रेकअप करके, द वे यू कैन ब्रेकअप द एक्टिविटीज एज पर योर रिक्वायरमेंट. देन from this we can generate the project dashboard. Is I think in the presentation I cannot display my full project dashboard. It is like uh, I have been like, it is for milestones, like all key performance indexes, monthly as curve, like you say, somebody showed like how much financial you planned and how much you achieved. Then how much submittal you need to submit and exactly how much submission you have done. So from this dashboard you will get those things. Now it is a course, you already get it. So I will go to the, it is a simple Primavera. I will, when we start our classes, I let you know from where you can download free Primavera files. Means it is official. You need to make a one account on Oracle. From Oracle, you can download the P6 and you can easily install. It is a simple. It's not required any soft, means it is not required any license. You can need to make a account on Oracle and you can directly download from them there. Okay, so it is a simple my program. It is a, if you see, it is a resource loaded program, and it is only a, if you see, it is a right side bar chart. I'm talking about KPIs now. From the way we represent the KPIs, see, from, if you are, if you see right hand side of my screen, you can see the figures. Okay, month wise you getting the figures from that particular month, how much numbers you required to do it. Once, currently it is a budgeted unit because it is, I'm not updated this program, it is a simple program. From here, if you want, like, from spreadsheet option, you can customize unit. जो नॉर्मली हम लोग एक्सेल में करते हैं एक्चुअल को अगेंस्ट में, यहाँ पे हम, वी विल गेट एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम हियर, देन ओनली वी नीड टू डू कॉपी पेस्ट. वी जनरली select and we do the copy paste in your Excel and we can give the progress. Okay, how much progress we have done according to that. So this is like, it is a very detailed when we done all the resource assignment and all. Once you involve for the course, then it is a, it, once we done, so we will go through everything. Like we do the cost, means we also load our program with cost, with resources. If you see, it is my, in single activity I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I have 8 resources. Means if you see, uh, from this particular last resource, it is a for weightage. Weightage is generally we use for the physical percentage. Okay, how much weightage I given for this particular thing. Then I have a cost. Suppose my cost is, if you see this particular pile group, it is coming around 1 crore. If I completed one pile group, I will get 1 crore rupees, like that. So these are the things we are going to learn in our particular sessions. Like how, means every time we take a tentative quantity, like how much concrete we going to, means from here you can get the tentative quantity of the project. Okay. So now you can ask the question from my side. Presentation is over.
Sir, sir,
So difference between design build and EPC, can you explain?
Actually, sometime design build, like EPC is like you cover procurement also, but in design build some project like elevated metro project, you don't required to take a procurement part. But if current, if my project is procurement comes into picture when you need to something install for the client, like some machinery, like you need, you need to be as a put lift accelerator, then it's come as a procurement because you are doing the design also and you are procuring the lift accelerator, then you are installing. So it's come, so it is come as a so it
sorry,
so it's come as a EPC, means it covers your engineering, procurement and construction. And design build project, like I am doing the elevated metro project, then anybody doing the system contractor doing the part of lift and escalator, so I do not need to procure those things. So it's come as a design build project.
सर ये प्राइमावेरा सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल करने के लिए बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है सिस्टम की? कुछ मिनिमम रैम या ऐसा कुछ होता है क्या?
सी मैं जो करंट सिस्टम से प्रेजेंट कर रहा हूँ वो i3 है और आई थिंक 4 GB या 8 GB रैम होगा. मीन्स प्राइमवेरा क्या होता है ना कि इफ यू आर डूइंग यू टेक मोर एक्टिविटी देन इट्स taking take more load. If you are doing on a smaller part, so simple laptop can do it.
सर ये
So,
सॉफ्टवेयर से डाउनलोड कैसे करना है?
सॉफ्टवेयर डाउनलोड जब हम क्लास चालू करेंगे तो ओरेकल की वेबसाइट पे अकाउंट बनता है नॉर्मल, जैसे हम किसी भी वेबसाइट पे लॉगिन करते हैं ना, तो वी कैन क्रिएट अकाउंट ऑन ओरेकल वेबसाइट, तो वी कैन डाउनलोड इट.
सर वैलिड कितना दिन रहेगा सर ये सॉफ्टवेयर डाउनलोड करने के बाद?
ये हमेशा वैलिड रहेगा. एक्चुअली दे प्रोवाइडिंग सॉफ्टवेयर फॉर फ्री. Only few people know from where you can download it, so it is not like MSP or all. You can download directly from their website.
Sir, when the
MS
classes are
Sir,
starting?
MSP versus Primavera, which is best?
For me, I will always prefer Primavera because I have a hands-on on Primavera.
No, what is the drawback of MS Project Office?
Can you repeat?
What is the drawback of MS Project?
See, I cannot give the drawbacks because like I have been using Primavera from 6 years. First thing I find very difficulty for WBS level. I can collect directly WBS level in Primavera, and that particular time, if you are doing in MSP, the resource assignment taking more time. But in Primavera, I can have so many options. I can do resource assignment faster way, and MSP, it's take more time.
Sir, are you working in
Sir,
L&T?
what will be
Are
the
you
role
working
of
in L&T, sir?
consultants?
Sir, are you working in L&T?
Yes,
Are you working in L&T, sir?
yes.
Okay, thank
Sir,
you.
what will be the role of consultants in project monitoring and planning?
The consultant role is to approve your work program, to approve your extension of time. They do check on your quality, safety, and all. So they are just as a, if you see, if you are giving any exam, what the role of teacher, na same as a consultant they are doing.
So basically, if someone is looking after planning and monitoring,
Hmm.
we just have to look into the program what you have done.
Yeah, suppose, see, if you are working as a consultant, okay, so I say I have a 2 rigs or whatever resource you take. For TBM machine you take, I say I have a productivity of 10 days, but you are finding in my program productivity of 40 days. So you need to take care of those loose fall. Means machine showing less than productivity is more.
Mhm.
Okay, so consultant role is to say it is wrong.
Okay.
Means I have one machine and I am doing the work of 3 machines.
Okay.
Sir, how we
If one
decide the weightage of items? Any item?
to define the weightage, I generally prefer the invoicing part. Whatever the invoicing weightage is, because financial and physical should be matched. So whatever the approved financial weightage is, I will prefer to use those weightage in my program.
Sir, it is given in contract which item, how much
Yeah.
weightage it is
Yes, yes.
for any item.
Yeah, it is given.
Sir, can we link the Primavera with the commercial data?
Yeah, you can see. I have shown you. 1 minute. Just I close the chat. If you see this, now it is a cost. It is a cost.
So, sir, then price escalation and tax upgradation is also included in this.
See,
Price
price
escalation
escalation is
and tax, but whether the tax changes right now they just GST, but before that there was a lot of VAT and there are a lot of taxes previously,
See,
but
you
now
can you can add the activity, then you can assign the acceleration. Suppose you have 80 rupees or 80 crores, you can give the like you have a 20-month billing. Every month you get the acceleration of 8%. You can add activity every month, then it will show as your project whole.
so can we do client billing as well as contractor billing with the help of Primavera?
Client billing,
Client,
you can see client billing, you can you only get the final figures like whatever you completed. But if you see in program, you cannot cover all the things like submission of document and the design. Like, see, design is submitted, like you have submitted 30 drawings, but 20 drawing is approved. So how you are getting from the program, it's sometimes difficult because it show the quantities of sums of all. And means if you are updating program, you are updating program on 25th and your billing date is something different. Means billing person always take a data till last date, but the program which update, they always take a cutoff date. Okay, even the concreting done on the last date, they try to take it, but we try to refuse those things. We try to take some because we required some time for updating and scheduling parts. Because if you are seeing the segment casting been in a numbers, you can claim his number, but in program you cannot justify those number. Means every time the invoice part shortfall in program as compared what you claim. Means you can claim it, but your organization will not going to support it because you always get a 5 or 6 crore less every month.
sir, the PV tracking work will be included in the Primavera मतलब जो कोर्स है उसमें इंक्लूड होगा पीवी ट्रैकिंग का जो शेड्यूलिंग है एमईपी का जो शेड्यूलिंग है वो इंक्लूड होगा सर
एमईपी का जो भी शेड्यूल, इफ यू आर डूइंग सिविल वर्क ना, तो सिविल वर्क में एमईपी का इतना कुछ वो नहीं रहता. इफ यू आर डूइंग एमईपी वर्क, so MEP work having a some different, we will consider those activities. Like for MEP we have a like different units, but it is come into the stations when we are doing the stations. So as per we can do it. Means if you required, we can do the more detailing. If you know the activity, we can include those.
and
Sir,
part
can
of
you
the PV
after
tracking
assigning the
will they
baseline,
sir can we
Yeah,
know about PV tracking scheduling will be there or not in the course
I'm I'm not understanding your question. I mean,
sir I
what
am
you
talking
want.
about the PV tracking.
P
PV
way
tracking
it's
is included in the civil work sir.
you are talking about the permanent work type, na? Like
Yeah, PV tracking
Yes, yes,
just like
same
in
thing, same thing.
yeah, same thing, na? See, if see, I don't know those activity. If you know activity, we will consider it because I didn't work in field.
sir
Sir,
I am
can you
talking about
please
the
share the brief?
laying of the track
Yeah,
laying.
yeah, track laying we can take the activities, but if it is we are doing the integration program, then we means we can take the activity. See, in the class, whatever you say, we can take the activities. If you know, I can take it. If you want to say I want this type of activity, we have a knowledge in our group, so we can take those activities. Not a problem for us.
Sir,
See,
can you
once
please share a brief overview, like what will be learning throughout the course, or like the general outcomes of the course, if you have?
In 21 days, which topic you will
Yes.
consider? And
I think they have shared in brochures. Now, 1 minute, I have to open that particular.
तो सर इसमें मशीन का भी आउटपुट का कुछ रहता है क्या सर प्लानिंग में?
मशीन का रहता है. सी, आपको जैसे पाइलिंग रिग है, आपको पता है कि वो कितना कर सकता है. आपको जैसे मैं अंडरग्राउंड का एक्सपीरियंस बताता हूँ मेरा. जैसे मेरे को पता है कि मैं एक एक्सेवेटर से 200 एम क्यूब भी खोद सकता हूँ. ओके, आई कैन एक्सेप्ट ओनली 200 एम क्यूब फ्रॉम पर्टिकुलर. इट इज अ कोर्स. तो कि मेरे को जब रिक्वायरमेंट पता है कि 200 एम क्यूब है, तो मेरे को 20,000 एम क्यूब है, कितने दिन में होगा. अगर आई एम डूइंग विद सिंगल मशीन, तो कितने दिन में होगा. तो उस बेसिस पे वो डिपेंड रहता है कि सी, नॉर्मली पाइलिंग प्रोडक्टिविटी अ सिंगल डे में अ सिंगल पाइल होता है. तो कितना पाइल है, कितने दिन में करना है, तो मशीन की प्रोडक्टिविटी पे ही प्रोग्राम। जैसे लॉन्चिंग है, सेगमेंट लॉन्चिंग 5 days में ही होता है नॉर्मल, तो यू कैन डू अप टू 6 span a maximum in month। लाइक यू आर डूइंग द स्लैब कास्टिंग, तो आपके पास स्लैब का शटर ही 2 है, तो आप महीने में 2 ही स्लैब कास्ट कर सकते हैं। तो दोस थिंग इट्स ऑन ऑल
अगर रिसोर्स प्लानिंग मतलब कि करना पड़ेगा ना, मतलब कि साइकिल टाइम में
हाँ
करने के लिए,
हाँ 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 हाँ
वो इसमें कर सकते हैं ना पूरा।
हाँ हाँ।
बट सर अब हम इसमें स्टैंड अलोन करेंगे ना प्राइमेरा P6, एंड आप सर अभी सर करंटली इसमें हाई स्पीड में सर आप तो क्लाउड बेस्ड आपकी ट्रैकिंग होती होगी ना सर, जो प्रोजेक्ट्स होंगे लाइक, क्योंकि बहुत सारे स्टेक होल्डर्स इंक्लूड होंगे इसके अंदर, तो आई जस्ट
both are same. I can log into the EPPM from my same system. There is only a single link. If I show, I have to log out my Primavera. If I log out now, see, I will show. If you see na edit database configuration,
yes sir.
in that I have a different database. So if I am doing in your database, I can just change database to your database and I can do it. So it is nothing, it is always the same. The person who can in standalone, you are the only the king who sees the progress or whatever activity. But when you are doing on cloud version, everybody can see it. Everybody have a access. Like I have a full access. I can delete the activity, I can add the activity, and they have given the access. Means if you is a planning manager, they give the only viewing access to you. I am a main scheduler for the project, so I have been everything in my hand. I can assign the resource, I can delete the resources. So it is according to that ki what in cloud it is a restriction given by the person. Ki what are the restriction are given by the person.
ओके सर, एंड सर जस्ट वन मोर क्वेश्चन सर, अगर हम लाइक जैसे रेलवे प्रोजेक्ट्स या टनलिंग प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं, तो अगर हम जैसे लीनियर प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए अगर लाइक इसमें हम चेंजेस नहीं ले सकते, इफ वी यूज्ड टाइलॉस और सम अदर लीनियर शेड्यूलिंग सॉफ्टवेयर दैट वुड बी इजी, सो like
Have you worked on Tyler?
sir, I have been learning that, but I find it really difficult for rail, like including the changes. I find it difficult, like on working that. But yes, I have been learning that software also.
1 minute. If you want, I have been see for single presentation. If you are doing a single presentation, then it's okay. Okay, what I say means if you are doing only for planning purpose now, that particular thing is okay. But when you are doing on a 1 minute, I directly log into. If you are directly only for planning purpose, you can do it. But what happen when you are doing anything updating, na, it's so very clumsy. Okay, I will show. Ok- Okay, it is a
Yes,
Tylos
yes,
program.
yes, sir.
So when I update na, if you see this yellow line now, somebody mark, so same way it will replicate. So if you are having a big program na, it's become mess for you. If you want to view only your planning part, you can see it. But for another thing, it's become a troubleshoot for you. But if see changes wise is all you can consider in Primavera also. You need to define the codes like that. If you see, I have whatever the location I am working with the location with peer number. So I know it is a 230 213 peer number 6. Even
Are these activities linked, sir? Just asking.
yes, it is my linked program.
Okay, sir.
If I show you, see from here I can see from which channel I am working. So you can do everything. You can do user defined field. You can give the change name. Actually, I cannot open my client version from where I have been so many things and so many codes. I've been done 50 codes in our current program. I have been changed for every single peer, starting and for the erection and all. So see, you can do anything, but it's a time consuming job.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
सर
Sir, in
हाईवे
what case
रिलेटेड कुछ है
we
क्या?
change the baseline program?
One question, one time. I am confused.
Sir, in what cases we change the baseline programs?
See, baseline program we only change when we receive any communication from the client or we are far behind from our program. So we need to change. Means as every time, if you are lagging behind the progress, client will ask for revised program. So you have to change your baseline.
Okay, other than that, we have to just monitor and track the project.
Yeah.
Sir, so the training is solely for the metros or it is
Actually, we can teach. Means I have been work in the road project also. So it is not a problem. Like, see, once you know.
actually I am interested in metros and bulletin projects only. That what just I was just asking.
See, if you are doing any bridge project, the activity should be same. If you are doing road
Yes.
project, there is one thing you need to do more. It is like you have to take the levels of the means how much means it is a flexible road or rigid road. It you are doing like I will show 1 minute. I have work on road project also. So
Yes, I have done that in MSP, but I don't have that much knowledge in Primavera.
सर एक चीज बताइए, अभी जैसे कि हम
हेलो
Yes, sir.
या क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ जो भी पूछ रहा था. हेलो
हमारा साइट इंजीनियरिंग है या फिर क्वालिटी में है तो उसमें प्लानिंग. हेलो
हेलो
हाँ सर, ये बता रहा था जैसे कि हम लोग अभी साइट इंजीनियरिंग में क्वालिटी में हैं, तो ये कोर्स करने के बाद हम प्लानिंग में कैसे स्विच कर सकते हैं सर, मतलब कि कुछ आइडिया सर.
सिंपल था. आप भी काम कर रहे हो, मैं भी काम कर रहा हूँ. मैं सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बोलता हूँ, लेमन लैंग्वेज में. आपको भी कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्टिविटी पता है, मेरे को भी कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्टिविटी पता है. ठीक है. तो क्या होता है जब आपको कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्टिविटी पता होता है तो आपके जैसे आप डिप्लोमा और बी जैसे किसी भी कंपनी में काम कर रहे हो, कोई डिप्लोमा है और कोई बी है, दोनों को नॉलेज सेम है. बी वाले को एक चीज का फायदा मिल जाता है कि भाई उसके पास बी की डिग्री हो गया. ठीक है.
जी सर.
अब क्या होता है जब आप कोई भी कोर्स करोगे तो यू गेट द सर्टिफिकेट. ओके.
जी
तो
सर.
सर्टिफिकेट के बाद क्या होता है, देखो मैं क्लियरली बता रहा हूँ, सर्टिफिकेट के बाद ऐसा नहीं होता कि आपको जॉब मिल जाएगी. आपको कन्विंस करना पड़ता है आपके करंट प्रोजेक्ट में कि सर मेरे को प्लानिंग का थोड़ा बहुत नॉलेज है, आई वांट मतलब करंट कंपनी में आप ट्राई देखो. मैं भी कहीं जाके आपको मैं सपोज मैंने अपना सीवी भेजा, सर मेरे को क्वालिटी में इंटरेस्ट है, मैं अभी तक साइट पे था, आप लोगे नहीं लोगे. लेकिन आप करंट कंपनी में ही क्वालिटी में काम कर दिया मैंने, तो आप क्या बोलोगे, मैं तुम्हारा इंटरव्यू ले लेता हूँ. तो आपको नॉलेज मिलेगा. आपको अपने आप को देखो प्रूव हर जगह करना पड़ता है. मैं ऐसा कोई किसी को देखो, मैं यहाँ पे किसी भी ऐसे नहीं आया हूँ कि भाई मैं कोई ट्रेडिंग कोर्स नहीं हूँ, मैं जॉब करता हूँ. मेरे पास अपॉर्चुनिटी आई थी कि सर इट इज अ लर्निंग प्रोसेस, वी आर स्टार्टअप एंड वी वांट टू टीच अ पर्सन. ओके. तो मैं यहाँ पे पैसों के लिए या इसके लिए तो बैठा नहीं कि मैं आपको झूठ बोलूँ कि नहीं आपको तो नौकरी मिल ही जाएगी इसके बाद. बट यू हैव टू प्रूव योर सेल्फ कि सर मेरे को आता है. आपको धीरे धीरे प्रूव करना पड़े. आप साइट प्लानिंग में घुसोगे क्योंकि एक चीज क्या होती है, मैं मेन ऑफिस में बैठा हुआ हूँ तो मैं कुछ और प्लानिंग कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है. साइट वाले की प्लानिंग कुछ और रहती है. तो जब भी आप ये सब चीजें करोगे ना तो देखो कहीं आपको प्रूव हर जगह करना है. सर्टिफिकेट आपको एक बैकअप देगा नेक्स्ट कंपनी में जाने के लिए. लेकिन जब भी आपको कुछ भी करना है ना तो उस चीज में आपको वहां पे तो थोड़ी मेहनत करके या किसी भी से आपको वो फील्ड में आना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो मैं आपको बोल दूंगा आप कोर्स ज्वाइन कर लोगे, फिर बाद में आप बोलोगे सर आपने बोला था। तो मैं क्लियरली बोल रहा हूँ कि यू हैव टू बी ऑन योर नीज एंड यू हैव टू ट्राई टू कन्विंस जहां आप करेंटली वर्क कर रहे हो सर मेरे को आता है। नहीं तो क्या होगा कि आप कोर्स कर भी लोगे, फिर आप मेरे को बोलोगे सर आपने बोला था। तो मैं सिंपल सा बोल रहा हूँ कि क्योंकि मैं किसी का कैरियर के साथ खेलने में बिलीव नहीं करता कि मैं आपको कोई गलत इन्फॉर्मेशन दूं कि नहीं सर आप तो सर्टिफिकेट कर लोगे, मैं आपको इतना नॉलेज दे दूंगा आप कल से प्रोग्राम बनाने लग जाओगे। आपको जहां पर भी रहेगा वो करंट कंपनी में कुछ ना कुछ तो
जी सर।
करके
Sir,
आप
हेलो सर।
sir, from where we can get the productivity of the manpower and machinery?
see machinery normally what we take from previous experience or from see if you are working on first time you generally ask to your senior कि सर ये डी वॉल कितने दिन में हो जाता है, सोल्जर पाइल कितने में दिन में आ जाता है, यू विल गेट द प्रोडक्टिविटी फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग। एंड जो प्रोडक्टिविटी नॉर्मल है कोई भी आईएस कोड है जो वो बोलता है उससे थोड़ी कम कंसिडर कर लो। अगर वो 3 मेट्रिक टन बोलता है तो तुम 2 से पकड़ के चलो।
Okay.
तो आप ऐसा देखो हमेशा थंब रूल 100% सही नहीं होता है। आपने मैंने सर्कुलर मैं बता रहा हूँ मेरा पिछला प्रोजेक्ट सर्कुलर पियर था, ठीक है। अभी मेरा रेक्टेंगुलर पियर आ गया है। अब सर्कुलर पियर और रेक्टेंगुलर पियर में टाइम डिफरेंस ज्यादा आता है। तो वो चीज आपको फिर हर जगह अलग अलग होगा।
So there is no basic any IS code. We have to get it from experience only.
See, experience से भी है there. See, you cannot know the exact drawing means somewhere your spacing is 100 meters, somewhere your spacing is 50 mm. तो इट्स डिपेंड्स कि आपकी स्पेसिंग कितना, रेनफोर्समेंट कितना डेंस है। तो उस सब चीजों पे आपको वो सब भी चीजें लेना है कि जरूरी नहीं कि आप थंब रूल पे की प्रोडक्टिविटी किसने दी हुई है। सी मशीन की एक नॉर्मल आप गाड़ी लेते तो गाड़ी का भी एक एवरेज रहता है, वो मेंटेन नहीं रहता। वो बोलते सर हाईवे पे हमने बोला था, तो सामने वाला क्या बोलेगा सर हमने तो आपको बोला था कि जब आप बिल्कुल फ्लो में आ जाएंगे तो ये प्रोडक्टिविटी मैच करेगी। तो बाय एक्सपीरियंस ही मैं 6 साल से काम कर रहा हूँ, अलग अलग प्रोजेक्ट में क्या हूँ ना, मैं हर प्रोजेक्ट में नई चीज सीखा हूँ, मैं आज भी सीख रहा हूँ। मैं अभी भी कि कोई मेरे से पूछता है ना आप अपने आप को रेटिंग क्या दोगे, तो मैं अभी भी अपने आप को 7 या 8 रेटिंग ही देता हूँ, क्योंकि हर प्रोजेक्ट में कुछ ना कुछ नई लर्निंग रहता है, कुछ ना कुछ नई चीज रहती है।
Right, sir.
सर वो हाईवे का सैंपल
When we are starting the
सर हेलो सर यू आर फ्रॉम TEIC?
From
हेलो
heavy
TE ट्रांसपोर्ट इंजीनियरिंग IC इंडिपेंडेंट कंपनी।
नो आई एम फ्रॉम हेवी।
सर वो हाईवे का कुछ सैंपल बताने वाले थे,
मैं वही एक्चुअली देख रहा हूँ क्योंकि
सर वो प्लीज।
ट्रेनिंग कब स्टार्ट करने वाले?
आई थिंक 30 से है।
ओके, और फीस स्ट्रक्चर कैसा है?
फीस स्ट्रक्चर यार तुम्हारा एक दिन का सैलरी होगा यार 1999 ज्यादा नहीं है। जो नॉर्मल कोर्स है वो 10,000 से चालू होता है। सी व्हेन वी हैव गिवन 20,000 फॉर 3-day ट्रेनिंग।
हेलो सर।
व्हाट है? यस
सर मैं अतुल त्रिपाठी। सर मैं एमटेक सीपीएम से हूँ, कंस्ट्रक्शन प्लानिंग प्रोफाइल में काम किया और सर मैं प्लानिंग के लिए स्विच करना चाहता हूँ। और मैं प्लानिंग के बेसिक्स कुछ पढ़े हैं, सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स भी किया है इसका, और एक्चुअली केस स्टडी नहीं करी है, किसी केस पे काम नहीं किया है, तो मैं कॉन्फिडेंटली काम नहीं कर पाता हूँ उसमें। तो क्या सर मैं इसको ज्वाइन कर सकता हूँ?
कॉन्फिडेंट मैं बोलूंगा ना, जैसे जैसे तुम करोगे ना अपने आप कॉन्फिडेंट आता जाएगा। ठीक है, अगर कोई भी आप काम कर रहे हो, ठीक है, तो उसमें क्या होगा जब भी आप काम करते हो तो उस चीज पे आप धीरे धीरे ही सीखते हो। ऐसा नहीं होता कि आप पहले दिन से ही आप उसमें देखो। कॉन्फिडेंट क्या होता है ना, मैं बता रहा हूँ कि मैंने 10 साल के भी लोग देखे हैं जो प्लानिंग मैनेजर अप्रूव होते हैं, लेकिन मैं मीटिंग में मैं जवाब देता हूँ वो नहीं देते हैं। अगर आपने कोई भी चीज खुद करी है ना आपने चाहे घर का प्रोग्राम बनाया, खुद बनाया, आप हमेशा कॉन्फिडेंट रहोगे कि मेरे को पता है कि मैंने कहाँ गलती करी है, कहाँ आपको झुकना है। आप बोलोगे कि ये उसने बनाया है, फिर उसको मैं रूल करूंगा ना, तो आप कभी नहीं कर पाओगे। कॉन्फिडेंट कब आता है? जब आप खुद करो अपने हाथ से।
So I guess he wants कि कोई हम लाइव प्रोजेक्ट पे वर्क करें ऐसे
सर
रेलवे
Live, it is a live project. I tell you, it is a live project. It is a package 15 of Mumbai Vadodara Expressway. It is a
Sir,
construction
I'm
of
having a question.
yeah. Sir, I can
Sir, current.
no. Can I complete my last answer?
Yeah. Sir.
If
Okay.
you see, it is a current project which is running. It is a package 15, which is I think it is with the Dilip Buildcon. It is a Delhi Vadodara Greenfield project. See, whatever detail, if you have a detail, we can work it. Whatever detail I have, all are the live projects. Means live is it is going on. It is, if you see this project, I think it is awarded in last year only. It is a Vadodara Expressway. Everybody knows who are working in the construction industry. It's
Yes,
ongoing
sir. Yes,
project.
sir.
Yes, sir.
And it is in what happened in the road project now, you have to take those things from your plan and profile. It is a one major
Correct.
thing.
Yes.
How many culverts, mean in metro it is a plane, you have to go with alignment, but you have to see ki how many box culvert are there, so you have to count those things. According to that, you have to plan what are the, somewhere you get the cutting, somewhere you are getting the filling, so according to you plan the activities, simple like that.
Sir, in metro,
So,
for the scope, for the quantity part, you have to calculate before by doing quantity surveying, right?
See, most of the planning person don't want to do it, but if the person who asks sir कि मेरे को confident नहीं आ रहा, see, I don't want you to do a perfect quantity survey job or whatever the quantity, but you should know because you are defending something ना.
Yes,
See,
yes.
if you are defending something, you should know कि भाई 10 ही क्यूबिक मीटर है तो 10 क्यूबिक मीटर के लिए 5 दिन लगेगा, चाहे कोई भी आ जाए। अगर तुमको पता ही नहीं 10 क्यूबिक मीटर, तुम 5 दिन कैसे डिफेंड करोगे? ठीक है, द कॉन्फिडेंट कम फ्रॉम व्हेन यू डू होल टू पार्ट, मींस किसी ने बोल दिया 10 क्यूबिक मीटर है तो यू कैन नॉट टेक अ स्टैंड इन दैट। Main purpose, you can learn Primavera, but what are the backup calculation, how we do it, it's the main thing. Means if I can say I have updated 237-kilometer project by my team, 3 members team in a one day, but for updating a progress of 237-kilometer in one day, we have worked 5 days for the data, 5 days for only for data entry or data calculation or data maintaining. So nobody sees that 5 day of hard working, people see only one day of working. So this thing we need to take care while we are doing anything in planning. See, pain, nobody see your
मेरे
pain timing. Yes.
Sir,
Yeah.
I'm having a question. Currently, I'm working as a billing engineer at Kurukshetra Railway Elevated Project.
Okay.
तो मुझे मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन था कि बिलिंग के साथ अगर मैं प्लानिंग शेड्यूलिंग करूं तो डू इट विल बी बेनिफिशियल फॉर मी, एंड सेकंड क्वेश्चन ये था कि साथ में क्या मैं ये प्रोजेक्ट करता हूं तो साथ में क्या कॉस्ट कंट्रोलिंग वगैरह भी इसमें आएंगे, इंक्लूडेड रहेंगे?
See, cost controlling, see, I cannot share anything related to cost because every company have a different cost setup. Okay. Cost controlling normally क्या होता है कि आप कोई काम कर रहे हो, you always give some rate to subcontractor. Okay. You have a material cost, you have machinery
Yes, sir.
cost. So every company have a different setup, like L&T having a different setup, your company maybe have different setup. We can work what are the format ki against invoice, what are the things like indirect costs and all, like cost control means it is different topic compared to the planning part, because cost control every company have different set. I work in previous company Dilip Buildcon, they do not have any CTC for project, they doing for their, they are taking for whole project. But when you are doing some company doing by section, so cost control is something which is depend upon the company which you are working. Means I can tell you what they take it, what are the like machinery productivity they have given, like it. If you purchase something, okay, you have purchased some launcher, like you have, if you are working in the X company, okay, X company having a project of 2 years, but your machine life is 5 years. You have purchased machine for 5 crores, okay.
Yes, sir.
So it's come in your project cost, okay. But what happened when you are doing the costing, you will say after 2 years I will transfer this cost to somebody else, or in the company in another project. Like I have brought for 5 crores, after depreciation value is 3 crores. So suppose your company get Y project, then we will transfer those resources in Y project, then you will receive the 3 crore rupees, okay. So these are
Yes,
the
sir.
thing. Every company have a different setup. So if we go in there, it is different whole topic. Like then
Okay,
we have
sir.
to go. Means we can talk about it during the how we control the cost. See what happens sometime as a cost control is not about what the money is coming. You can do the cost controlling by the projecting things. Like you are seeing that if you mobilize additional resource, okay, how much is going to impact by resource wise. Like you are seeing that your project is delaying by 12 months, okay. If you are taking the
Yes, sir.
casting yard land, you have taken the resources, so you are going to pay 12 months overhead, then you have a sufficient time, you know you are getting more project in future, then you can increase the resource and you can utilize in other. Means it's like benefit. Like what happened ना, मैं नॉर्मल एग्जांपल बताता हूँ अपना। किसी का बड़ा भाई है तुम्हारा,
हाँ जी।
बड़ा भाई है, जब तुम भी, मेरा भी बड़ा भाई है, तो बड़ा भाई छोटे भाई में क्या होता है कि किसी बड़े भाई के लिए कपड़े लेके आए थे, ठीक है, अब उसको तो हो नहीं रहा है स्कूल का, अब इसको, अब भाई आज इसकी खराब हो गई तो इसको दे देते हैं, तो एक
हाँ,
कॉस्ट
हाँ।
में दो जनों का काम हो गया ना।
हाँ
तो
जी, सर।
आप क्या करोगे कि आपको पता है कि इसको भी साइकिल चाहिए, छोटे वाले को भी साइकिल चाहिए, तो क्या करेंगे कि भाई बड़े वाले के लिए साइकिल ले आए हैं, फिर जब छोटे वाले को सीखना रहेगा तो यही साइकिल दे देंगे। तो उससे क्या हो गया,
ओ
एक कॉस्ट में दो प्रोजेक्ट हो गए, मतलब दो लर्निंग हो गई ना। तो
हेलो
हाँ
उसी
जी,
में
सर।
क्या होता है
हेलो
कि जब कंपनी काम करती है ना, तो उसी के बेसिस पे डिपेंड करता है कि आप जब कर रहे हो, आप वो रिसोर्स, जैसे आप अभी बोल रहे हो कि एलिवेटेड प्रोजेक्ट में, क्या पता उसका एक और पैकेज आगे आने वाला। जैसे मैं बताता हूँ, ऋषिकेश में 9 पैकेज हैं टनलिंग के, और 9 पैकेज अलग अलग टाइम आए। अगर किसी कंपनी को पता है कि मेरे को आगे का एक और पैकेज मिलना है 6 महीने के बाद, सबकी इंटरनल सेटिंग होती है, ठीक है, तो वो रिसोर्स एक्स्ट्रा मोबिलाइज कर सकता है। लेकिन उस प्रोजेक्ट में आपका कॉस्ट ज्यादा दिखेगा, लेकिन कंपनी का कॉस्ट कम आएगा ओवरऑल। तो ये सब चीजें हैं।
हेलो
Yeah. Just first I
ओके सर।
complete the last question. I will take all question. I have a time, so do not think like that. I will run away. Okay. Roshan, I think I clear your doubt.
यस सर, एक क्वेश्चन और था कि प्लानिंग के बिलिंग के साथ क्या प्लानिंग मेरे लिए बेनिफिशियल होगा?
होगा। मैं तो बोलता हूँ, see if you have multi discipline ना, you can think from two direction. बिलिंग पर्पज से यू ऑल्सो सी कि भाई इतना बिलिंग होना चाहिए तो इतना काम करना पड़ेगा, तो यू कैन प्लान अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट। समझ रहे हो ना कि बिलिंग में तुमको
ओके
पता है
सर।
कि इतने का टारगेट है, तो फिर प्लानिंग में भी तुम आराम से कर। देखो बिलिंग वाले भी तो प्लानिंग ही करते हैं ना, ऐसा तो है नहीं कि रैंडम फिगर ले आते हैं, आता तो सब कुछ एक ही जगह से ना।
यस सर, यस सर।
एक्सप्लेन
हाँ,
अबाउट
हाँ जी सर।
EPC do's and don'ts. See, EPC do's and don'ts is not like EPC is a one type of contract.
हेलो
सर ये अच्छा रहेगा अगर आप कोई लाइव अपना मेट्रो का ही प्रोजेक्ट ले ट्रेनिंग में।
लाइव प्रोजेक्ट ही भोपाल मेट्रो लाइव ही चल रहा है यार, यू कैन गो एंड चेक इट।
ओके
इंदौर
सर, तो
मेट्रो,
वही
भोपाल
प्रोजेक्ट लेने
मेट्रो।
वाले सर।
See, we will share the documents of those project, and we will not take 200 peers. We will take less peer because we
यस
don't
सर,
have this
दैट्स
much.
फाइन फॉर सैंपल प्रोजेक्ट, दैट्स फाइन।
See, I am not going to take A1. आपके अरे it is already I mentioned ना, it is 199 यार, it's only 2000 rupees. I can say it is a 5 times cheaper in the current market.
यस
And
सर।
यस सर यस सर
person you are getting, it is from the field of that particular, and
यस
whatever you take from the training courses, they are only a consultant, we are only giving the commands. So we are not going to take P1, P2, P3 activity A1. We will take peer pile like that. We will grouping like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's fine.
See, EPC is like engineering procurement construction, means you have divided something like engineering having a 5% weightage, procurement having 15, and construction having 80. So your project divided according to that, means engineering having a weightage of 5% means you have completed engineering, you have completed 5% of project. You have completed your procurement part, you have completed 15%. And construction 80% is going on project. Like mostly where you need to install something for employees come as a procurement. Mostly oil and gas project come as a procurement. Explain the difference between schedule and baseline. See, schedule is something you done every month. It is your schedule what you are going to do it, and baseline is the first approved program. How the
Sir,
billing will happen.
sir,
Yeah,
hello. Sir, I have joined. Hello.
yeah.
Sir, I have
Just
completed my BTech. Hello.
I first me complete my last answer. Na, I will take the question. Please, please try to understand. Na. See, if you are doing where baseline and schedule, na, every month you are doing any updation 3-month program, it is your schedule. But baseline is whatever the first program approved by the client, which are using anything for base. Like from baseline, I have given this figure, so that become your baseline. And whatever you update every month on that particular baseline, it's become a schedule, like 3-month schedule, 1 month schedule, 3-week look at program, 1 year program, whatever the program you require. So schedule and baseline difference is that the baseline is the first program which is approved by the client or consultant. Okay, any
Sir, hello.
सर
Hello,
मेट्रो
sir.
में भी
Hello.
ईपीसी होता
Hello.
है या डीबीएफओटी होता है?
DBFOT नहीं होता,
ईपीसी होता
इंजीनियरिंग
है सर?
या IPC होता है.
ओके सर.
Yeah. Hello. Hello. हाँ गजेंद्र.
Sir, I want to ask that I have completed my BE Civil in 2013, and I have worked in L&T as GAT, and I have designed with the M2 cadre in Statue Community Gujarat project. And right now I'm in a PSU under the Ministry of Fertilizer. I want to ask you that we have a lot of projects in the fertilizer sector as well in oil sector. Can you cover this sector under this program or no?
See, I don't have experience of oil and gas, so I don't know the activity of what oil and gas.
About the fertilizer, sir?
No. I don't have experience. Means, uh, if we know the activity, we can discuss and we can do it. But I don't know the exact activity, so I cannot give my 100% those things. Means I also require a support. Then it's not fruitful for everyone. Means we can discuss separately what we can do, but we do. I don't having an experience of fertilizer and oil and gas.
Sir, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. So right now I'm assigned as a new project for an ISL transmission separate plant, India first transmission separate plant of the government of India. So I wanna ask that in the pipeline and isometric and P&IDs, can you help in the apart from this course?
I am unable to understand your question.
Sir, I'm asking that I have assigned a work on IOCL first transmission separate plant, India's first transmission separate plant, in which we have to separate diesel and the petrol separately. This is the
Okay.
process. But I wanna ask, can you help me in this ruling in the for oil sector projects or whatever the fertilizer plant have or the chemical industry have in the government of India sector?
See,
Because I know the what L&T have done and what L&T is doing, and I know also MNAC. He was in मेरे टाइम में वो CEO थे. Right now SN Subramanian is there, and
yeah.
MB Sati is the BNF IC, and you have to talking the heavy civil. There is a the new CMD. I don't know the name. He is there, but I have a lot of contact. And L&T is our contractor, and we are having around 21,000 crore project with ourselves, and I'm taking care of 800 crore project for myself in all
Yeah.
sectors.
See, out of this training, any like professional help, we can do it. Like you can contact
That's why
my.
I'm asking. Can you help me
Yeah.
out? I will pay
for that.
whatever you want.
See, we will discuss this in separately because we are talking about training and we are talking something different. So whatever the process, we will talk separately. Not a
Because
problem.
actually, if you are talking about the metro, na, I have completed the Rajiv Chowk metro station.
Yeah.
Rajiv Chowk, in Delhi, we have in the DMRC. I have completed
I
it.
know. See, here we are means most of the people don't know they are starting their college after college or they are starting 2 or 3 years of experience. Sir, you have been more experienced than me. So
No,
we
not
see
more than you, sir. I have only 9 years experience. Sir. 9.
it
9.
is not a
Only 9.
problem. See, I always try to learn new things. See, I have been work for if I say I have worked for the Ithad Rail design program, I have worked for one of the UK project with 1%. I know the NEC contract. So,
Sir, we have a
see,
lot of contacts in L&T. I have also worked
yeah,
in
I know.
L&T. I know कि कैसे कैसे प्रोजेक्ट निकलता है, कैसे संभलता है, कैसे जाता है. वो मैं बोल रहा हूँ. L&T का तो ऐसा कुछ है नहीं खास. That's why I switched to PSU in the government of India. That's why I'm asking that these will be covered or not. I'm asking अगर नहीं है तो we will get it extra on my own cost.
Yes. We will because this cannot be considered in that particular training because I don't know the knowledge about much. So it's we will if we talk one to one, then we can discuss about.
Because I have learned in L&T there are S1, S2, O1, L2, M1, M2, M3. Then above that there are many cadres.
So I don't have any credit, sir. I am working as a individual person, sir.
Okay. No issue, sir. Actually, जो हमारे ये प्रोजेक्ट आप पता है ना, इसमें भी हमारा इन्वॉल्वमेंट है एज ए रेलवे साइडिंग प्रोजेक्ट. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग.
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ सर. I am working as a separate individual unit.
Okay. No issue, sir. No issue.
Yeah. Okay. We need to change baseline according to EOT. See, if your EOT is approved, you can make your new EOT is your baseline program. If EOT is not approved, you have submitted, you have to use your baseline program. Without any approval, you cannot use as a baseline. How the billing will happen, monthly or 15-day or percentage wise? What type of billing you are asking, I don't know. Okay. In EPC is 30 day. It is like 1 month cycle. Here it is 1 month cycle. It is depend upon.
What is the shape of this? सर ये बेसलाइन कैसे बनाते हैं सर बेसलाइन?
See, whatever the program approved, na, it's become a baseline. There is a command to maintain and assign baseline. So once your program is approved, we will use to assign or maintain the baseline.
तो इसका एक मतलब कि आप जब लाइव क्लास लेंगे तो उसमें पूरा दिखाएंगे ना मेन बेसलाइन कैसे सेटअप करना है.
हाँ.
उसको ट्रैकिंग कैसे करनी है.
हाँ.
ये क्लास का टाइमिंग क्या होगा सर?
ये आपको इनकी टीम बताएगी, ऑपरेशन टीम. ये मोस्टली 8 के बाद में है क्योंकि 7 बजे तक मैं ही फ्री होता हूँ, तो 8 के बाद ही है.
ओके, इट्स अ लाइव क्लास ना सर, इंस्टेड ऑफ रिकॉर्डेड. लाइव क्लास ही रहेगा ना?
I do not believe in any recording. I will do live classes.
Okay.
Sir, is recording permitted?
Recording is there, but he is asking that we will only give the recording or it's a live class. We are talking
Yes.
about that.
Got it. It was an excellent session, sir.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Sir, is this course suitable for fresher?
See, if you are learning new things, it's always a suitable for the freshers. If you don't have any money crushes, like 2000 for learning a metro planning, you are see if you are giving interview, you can see, sir, I have work on those program. Nobody going to ask how you work it. It's 2000, I think. It's 9199. Yeah, it's 2000. See, if you don't know Primavera, 2000 is less than a work because if I say na, whatever the time I am going to give you is means 2000. It's only my how much? It's 6 hour or 7 hour of my day cost. Okay, so just for knowledge purpose, I am doing it. It's not means whatever whatever the fees they are offering, it is a very cheap in the market. I guarantee I can return everywhere, because for live session and the person they are hiring, whatever the effort they are doing is like too much. Because wherever you're going to ask, the minimum cost is 10,000, and the person who are going to teach is a normally a consultant, like providing trainings and all. See, donating is like I am donating my time. See, whatever the time I am giving after office, na, it is only whatever I get, whatever we are getting from this, it is a penny for me. Means if you have been gone through it, na, we have the course I have done. It's 20,000 rupees cost and batch of 20 people. We have taken this training for 6 people for 1.5 lakhs. And I have given the certificate. I am telling about from Oracle certificate. I have given only 7,000 for only certificate, not for any course. After completion of 20,000 training, I have given personally 7,000 for the certificate from getting from the Oracle. So I have given 27,000 for this course.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Sir, as you mentioned, you have worked separately in the L&T Bombay, this Bombay project, Bombay Maharashtra Speed Line project. So are you working in L&T or you are separately on in other firm?
I am in L&T, but I am not in any grader or rod. I am on a special provision of employment.
I know. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any question?
What is the approximate duration of this course, this training
I think
session?
1 month. See, what Tekla is something like it is a design part. I'm planning, so I know the planning software.
Take 30 days.
It's 1 hour is 30 days. See, we have done this course in 3 days, 8 hours. We don't learn anything in that particular time, because you cannot learn anything in 8 hours continuously. 8 hours, sometimes you cannot know what going on. 1 hour you can easily give it, and 1 hour is time you can see the screen for 1 hour continuously without any disturbance. But if you are doing for 8 hours, it's very difficult.
And any assignment will be provided in the training session, like exercise, so that we can understand and to
We
an
will see. We will work on live project, and we will give, like, I will in live project I will show 5 activity. I will give the assignment of same to create more 10 activities for same thing. If we are doing the cost, like I have assigned activity given P1 to P5, then I will ask to make everyone to same process, make P5 to P15. This way we are going. Whatever we learn, we will do the same.
Okay.
Sir, we will get a certificate from Oracle or from Protrainy?
Protrainy, yeah. Oracle, if you see, na, Oracle cost is too much. Protrainy is a affiliated agency. See, some are the agency. Oracle is also agency. If you are taking Oracle, means Oracle certification, whatever the institute I done, they have given institute training from the Oracle only. For
Sir,
that
you
particular
have, sir,
software,
you have done from which institute?
I have done from, actually I done from college.
Okay.
But so that particular college piece we have given, na, for that particular software. Only 3 days training, 8 hours a day. See, I am saying the cost of certificate from that particular institute is cost me 7,000, and you are getting a training in 2,000 certificate. So it is, I can see my certificate cost is 1/3 of that.
Sir, after attending this course, will be able to make schedules in Primavera including resources and costing?
I can guarantee you can make it your practice. Even after completion of class, you have my WhatsApp number. You will message me the time in evening or whatever. If I am free, I will reply it. See, if I have a good relationship with anyone, I'm going to help it out what the way. And sometimes I'm unable to attend the call because sometimes I've been in the meeting with the client or something else. But any purpose, any type of help, even whatever the project you are working, we can work. I can share my idea or methodology from where you can do it.
Okay. So currently I'm working in Gujarat Metro Rail.
Okay. Which project?
And in this Ahmedabad Surat Metro Rail. Yes, I am in the head office.
For which project?
Ahmedabad
No,
Metro.
No, company.
Sir, in Gujarat Metro, employer.
Employer, na?
Yes.
So, in employer, there is means so many of my colleagues are there. I already work in Gujarat Metro. So it's like Karan is there. Then there are so many students from the SEPT University. You can ask my name.
Yes,
They
yes,
will
yes.
say.
Before that, sir, I was in L&T for almost 8 years.
Yeah, great.
Okay, sir. Thank you. It was nice.
Yeah. Any more questions? Anyone having any question they can ask, or I have to go for my dinner. What is the important key term for planning engineer while planning any project? It's a 30-day course. Yes, it's 30-day course, I think, or 21. What is important key terms? Now, see, important key terms, what I'm saying now, if you are as a planning engineer now, because as a planning engineer, you have always you need to face a consultant or a client which are sitting at higher level. I am I am discussing my program with a K1 level, which is planning head of consultant or additional GM or GM. So one thing, it's your confidence and important key terms na? And whatever you are doing now, you should be having hands-on or you should know everything. How much, what is the scope, what is your milestone of the project, how we are going to achieve, means you or everything is on your tips. Like if somebody asks you, you should, as a planning engineer, I said, or you should have a good memory. Means in my one of the project, my project manager calls me, asks when the first D-wall was cast and last D-wall was cast. So it means everything, it should be your memory should be sharp. If you have a good memory, you are going too far in the planning department because everything's work on memory. I don't like Ravish Kumar. Any other questions? Anyone? If not, so I will go for my dinner because it's already 10.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It was an
Thank you,
excellent
sir.
session.
Thank you very much.
Hope to meet you on 30th, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank
So
Yes, sir. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
welcome.